So if you've watched our video about highlights for England, we'll basically pick up where we left off. If you haven't
Talking about Portugal.
we're talking about Portugal, yeah.
Right, let's get in. Hold on, let's get into it then.
Did Portugal deserve it?
Let's get into it. Now, first off, I want to ask you from that other video.
Go on.
Right? What makes you think England are a better team than Portugal?
Are we talking about Portugal? No, I didn't say that. What I said was Portugal won the Euros built on their defence.
No, that's not what you said in the last video.
No, I didn't say
You said that they haven't got a very good team. They have. And I'm saying to you, you compare their team to who've we got, but we haven't got a defender better than
Isn't this
Pepe.
video about Portugal?
Popcorn.
Have we got a defender better than Pepe?
If I wasn't wired in,
have we got a
I'd take
fullback
a
better than the fullback that was playing for them?
We might
right?
have.
Who in our midfield, right, is as good as Renato Sanchez?
Oh, Jack Wilshere.
Right? who up front is as good as Ronaldo? Yeah, I mean,
What I'm saying is,
listen.
right, and you clearly haven't listened, is Portugal are a unit. They're a very, very good unit. I know everyone's saying they only won one game in 90 minutes, but they didn't lose any games. And they haven't lost since a competitive game since the first qualifier when the coach got sacked.
They're a very good team.
They are a very, very good
Who
unit.
did Portugal play as centre forward?
They're a very good team.
They won. Eder won the final for them.
Yep.
And he's wank.
Yeah.
They had Nani up front for the rest of the tournament.
Nani's a good player.
But they built. What I'm saying,
But
Rob,
the point is that
I'm
Ronaldo's
saying,
clearly
Rob,
a super player. Hang on a sec.
Go on.
But Nani, basically, your attackers built on, and they've done it for years as well. They've had Helder Postiga and all kinds, haven't they? You know,
Nuno Gomez.
Nuno Gomez was a good player, wasn't he?
They got a good team.
But the point is that you can train a team to be good defensively. You don't need world-class defenders to have to be very difficult to score goals against, because otherwise,
but they
Tony
weren't
Pulis would not have had a career.
They were very well
organised.
organised.
England have got look at the three strikers that they took. They had 3 20-goal a season centre forwards with them, and Portugal don't have that depth of talent.
I think one thing.
They got a guy who scored 50 odd goals.
What I would say, Robbie, and I agree with what you're saying, is they built it on the defence, but they've also got the distractions of having people like Ronaldo on the pitch. But it's quite funny, last night when they lost Ronaldo, they just all bunkered in, and there was no way France...
Could you imagine if that was England? Right?
No, but
could you imagine if that was England and say Rooney in his prime, and we lost him, right? And he came off and he's like our main man, we'd have fallen apart.
Well,
that's the dement.
But
it's not just the organisation.
Isn't that the point?
Hold on,
isn't that the point?
It's not just the organisation of Portugal; it's the mentality.
But isn't that the point?
Our mentality against Iceland. We fell apart. We bottle jobs.
But isn't that the point about changing the mentality, of getting that mentality into the players? And it goes back to who the manager is and saying the first thing we do is we defend as a unit and we go from there. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I agree with what you're saying, but I'm saying we need to change our mentality, and that's what Portugal got going for them.
Portugal,
they don't rely on Ronaldo, do they?
Going back to your question, did they deserve to win it? I think they did. You know what I mean? Because they're the good tournament team. I mean, I heard a lot of people saying things like, "Oh, well, they haven't won a game in 90 minutes." You don't have to win a tournament. You just got to get through your group.
To be fair to them, they've played a lot longer than most teams, and they were still fit.
Their fitness levels was unbelievable. They won 2 games in extra time, right, with goals. I mean, listen, to me, they did deserve to win it. You could see You could see France yesterday. They were flaking out, weren't they? You know, Griezmann was absolutely shattered.
France knew they weren't scoring, didn't they? I think Portugal are a good team. I think they are built on the defence. I think it's pretty obvious.
And then they've got a lot of quality players. They've got, as I said, right throughout. What's that guy, João Maria? I'll tell you, for me, he was one of the best midfielders in the whole tournament. The way he was just getting box to box, really underrated. And I felt that a lot of times.
The difference between them and England is a mentality thing.
Yeah,
they bunkered in and thought
they're in, they get to the semis.
Here's the point, and I think this is what you're driving at, Ped, is that ultimately Portugal didn't win that by anything, by being a spectacular team. They didn't win it because they had amazing players. Because they didn't have guys.
They won it because they bought into the fact that if we work hard and we try really fucking hard, we can win.
And I don't think you need to have world-class players in every position to be able to win football matches like that, because all it is keeping a clean sheet and nicking one.
I sort of compare Portugal to like Atletico Madrid. Yeah, they're a very well-organised team, but they also have quality players. So Atletico, very, very well organised, very fit. Will work 100% throughout a game, but also added on top of that, they've got a couple of X-factor players that will deliver. Portugal.
Sounds like you agree with each other anyway.
Portugal have
arguing?
got that. They've got Ronaldo. They've got Renato Sanchez. They've got. So
I completely agree.
I completely agree with you, Divvy!
But the difference is, though, is that those players have to buy into it as well, don't they? Those players have to buy. They can't just be on the edges, and this is something we lose in England as well. Is though those players have to buy into that philosophy, and that's what.
You were trying to imply in the last video that Sam Allardyce will be able to get England because he'll organise them. I'm saying that we're not as good as Portugal. We believe the hype too much. Number one, we're not as good as Portugal. And number two, Sam Allardyce is...
What I was saying was, we need a manager. And sorry to cross the videos here, Paul, but we need a manager.
People just have to watch them back to back.
We need a manager who can get the respect of the players, that he gets that out of every player.
I don't think he get that respect.
That's fair enough.
Because I think that if you've got certain, is what I'm trying to say. The point that if you've got guys from Liverpool, for instance, right, and they're playing under Klopp, and then they go to play for Allardyce, the first thing they're going to be like,
but you say that.
Hold on a second, look at this idiot.
No, but you say that, and yet Steven Gerrard, Jamie Carragher all love Roy Hodgson more than Rafa Benitez.
Yeah,
that's true, though.
That's what they tell the press.
No, but that's absolutely...
Privately, you believe that privately.
Because Hodgson wasn't a taskmaster, Benitez would fucking have a go at them.
Exactly.
And who was the Portugal coach last night for the last hour of the game?
Oh, yeah.
Ronaldo. Literally, it was almost like the coach was a puppet, but Ronaldo was leading.
No, but the coaches.
But getting back to the question, because we've not even come remotely close to it.
They deserved it.
Ultimately, they've come away with it, Chris. They had to. You can only you can only draw with what's put in front of you.
Yeah. They don't even beat them.
They got it over the line.
That's a fact.
It's a fact. They won it, so therefore they deserved it. Good Dynamite insights.
I mean, I think because people are saying because they came third in their group.
Yeah.
I think that's what people. But
that's the UEFA that's done that.
Without the new format,
that's the format. That's the format.
You know what I mean?
I suppose without the new format, they wouldn't have been allowed to finish third. But without the new format, Iceland and Hungary or whatever, or Hungary and Australia would have qualified anyway. So.
Look, I think Portugal have done it a really hard way. Actually, they've not conceded many goals. They've played 120 minutes, like what was it, nearly 3 times. So they've done it hard. I would have liked to see France before the game go and win it for what's going on in the country and what they've gone through over the last few months and stuff. France. But you can't argue with what Portugal did. France never looked like winning that game last night for me.
That's right, actually, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, I can't.
And the other thing is, why I think they really did deserve it, as I said. I mean, to lose Ronaldo. Yeah. And I remember at the time, it's almost like both teams, there was like a little lull. They were like, it was a strange feeling, wasn't it? Because such a big figure going off. Yeah. And I thought to myself at that time, I was like, this Portugal, they're done now. They're going to crumble.
Well, it ruined the game,
and
didn't
that being said,
it made no difference to them. They still...
I saw a great quote.
I like that because, people always going, a one-man team. Yeah. They proved yesterday that they're not a one-man team.
I saw a great quote, actually. It was about Paul Ince at his time at Liverpool, and Joe Dooley said that as my captain...
Just a missing piece.
This was the you go off 1 minute. If you go off at 1-0, we were beating Man United 1-0 at Old Trafford. I don't expect my captain to go off injured unless he's being carried off on a stretcher. And Cristiano Ronaldo, saw him hobbling a little bit, but I stuck him up front. Get through it, Cristiano. But no, I'm only messing that. You know why I wanted Portugal to win it ultimately? Because I've gotten bored of all the Ronaldo hate. I've gotten bored of everyone going, look at him crying, because he's on the biggest stage of his entire career and he's injured, and you would be, I'm sorry, but you would be devastated, like, you know what I mean?
And you know what, you make a great point there, right? I think, again, with Portugal, that's clouded our judgment, because you'll see them, for instance, they'll be going on about Pepe and all these, we know he comes up with a load of antics, but at the end of the day, the guy's one of the best centre-backs in the world. He's won the Champions League this season. He's won the Europa League. He's won the European Cup and
European
Championships. And in all those games, he's been exceptional.
Yeah.
Right. And all we're thinking about is Pepe. Oh, he's going to dive. Oh, Pepe. We're not looking beyond those things. Yeah. And we're not looking beyond. With Ronaldo, you don't score 50 goals a season by fluke.
Yeah.
And we've made that cloud. That's why we didn't give Portugal the respect that they deserve.
If
They are
Ronaldo
a
looked
very
like Harry Kane, I think we'd all enjoy his football a lot more, wouldn't we? To be fair, it's just rabid jealousy. That's all it is.
It is for me.
You got it there.
Right, yeah. Let us know in the comments. Do you think Portugal deserved to win Euro 2016? Ultimately, was it 6 or 7 draws and only a 1 win? But
No, do you know what? No one else deserved to win it, though.
Yeah.
There's no other team you could go. Well, they were amazing all tournaments.
Leave that in the comments below. Yeah.
I very rarely.
Ted will be in the comments shortly after the
I
upload.
very rarely look in the comments.
It basically goes, Ped's boss, love that Ped, or who is that knobhead Ped? Yeah, so check it out. Yeah, it's still loads more to come on Social Cup this week. Go and check out the rest of the videos.